Life throws storms our way. These are unavoidable, just like the ancient mariners who faced the unpredictable and often violent seas. We too encounter challenges that test our resilience and strength. These storms can come in many forms: emotional, physical, or even spiritual. They can shake the very foundations of our lives, leaving us feeling adrift and uncertain. But just as the sailors of old had their tools and knowledge to navigate through the tempest, we too have our own means to find our way. Sometimes these storms are sudden squalls. They appear out of nowhere, catching us off guard and leaving us scrambling to find our footing. These are the unexpected challenges, like a sudden illness, a job loss, or an unforeseen crisis that demand immediate attention and quick thinking. In these moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unprepared, but it's also when our true character is revealed. Other times, they are fierce hurricanes. These are the prolonged and intense struggles that test our endurance and resolve. They can be ongoing health issues, long-term financial difficulties, or deep personal losses. These storms require not just immediate action, but sustained effort and unwavering determination. They push us to our limits and force us to dig deep within ourselves to find the strength to keep going. Regardless, we must find a way to weather them. Faith is our compass. It provides us with direction and purpose, guiding us through the darkest of times. Just as a compass points true north, our faith can help us stay on course, even when the path ahead is unclear. It reminds us of our values, our goals, and the things that truly matter in life. It points us in the right direction. When we feel lost or uncertain, our faith can be the steady hand that helps us navigate through the storm. It can provide us with the clarity and confidence we need to make difficult decisions and take bold actions. It guides us through the choppy waters. Perseverance is our anchor. It keeps us grounded and steady even when the winds howl and the waves crash around us. Perseverance is the quality that allows us to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the journey may be. It keeps us steady when the winds howl. When we anchor ourselves in perseverance, we can withstand the fiercest of storms. It gives us the strength to hold on, to keep fighting, and to never give up, no matter how dire the situation may seem. Let's explore the journey of the Apostle Paul. His life was filled with many storms, both literal and metaphorical. Yet through it all, he remained steadfast in his faith and unwavering in his mission. His story is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of faith and perseverance. His story, found in the book of Acts, teaches us about faith and perseverance. It shows us that even in the face of great adversity, we can find the strength to carry on. Paul's journey was not an easy one, but it was filled with moments of profound faith and incredible resilience. We can learn from Paul. His experiences offer valuable lessons that we can apply to our own lives. By studying his story, we can gain insights into how to navigate our own storms with grace and courage. We can apply his lessons to our own lives. Whether we are facing sudden squalls or fierce hurricanes, we can draw strength from Paul's example. His unwavering faith and relentless perseverance can inspire us to keep going, no matter what challenges we may face. We too can weather life's storms. By holding on to our faith and anchoring ourselves in perseverance, we can navigate through the toughest of times and emerge stronger on the other side. Just as the storm eventually passes and the sea becomes calm again, so too can we find peace and tranquility after the trials we endure. Paul was a prisoner. He had been captured and was now in chains awaiting his fate. His journey was not one of choice, but of necessity, as he was being taken to Rome to stand trial for his beliefs and actions. He was being taken to Rome to stand trial. The ship was bustling with activity as Roman soldiers prepared for departure. The port was filled with the sounds of orders being shouted, the clinking of armor, and the creaking of wooden ships. He boarded a ship with other prisoners. Each step he took was heavy with the weight of uncertainty. The other prisoners, like Paul, were bound and silent, their faces etched with worry and fear of the unknown journey ahead. There were also soldiers and sailors on board, Paul sensed danger. The air was thick with tension, and Paul, with his keen intuition, felt an ominous presence. He knew that the sea could be unforgiving, especially at this time of year. He warned the crew not to set sail. Paul, with a sense of urgency, approached the crew and the centurion in charge. He spoke of the dangers that lay ahead, urging them to reconsider their departure. It was not the right time. The skies were already showing signs of an impending storm. Dark clouds loomed on the horizon, and the wind began to pick up, whispering warnings of the tempest to come. The journey would be perilous. Paul could see the potential for disaster. The Mediterranean Sea was known for its sudden and violent storms, and setting sail under such conditions was a gamble with their lives. The centurion in charge ignored Paul's warning. The centurion, confident in his authority and experience, dismissed Paul's concerns. To him, Paul was just a prisoner, not someone whose advice he needed to heed. Perhaps he thought Paul, a prisoner, knew little of seafaring. The centurion's mind was set. He believed that Paul's warnings were born out of fear and ignorance, not from any real knowledge of the sea. Or maybe he was eager to reach Rome. The centurion had his orders, and he was determined to follow them. The urgency to reach Rome and complete his mission overshadowed any caution. He ordered the ship to set sail. With a final command, the centurion set the course for Rome. The ship left the safety of the port, heading into the open sea where the unknown awaited them. It was a decision he would soon regret. As the ship sailed into the storm, the centurion's confidence began to waver. The waves grew fiercer, and the reality of Paul's warning became all too clear. The journey had only just begun, but already the signs of peril were undeniable. The Book of Wisdom found in the Apocrypha offers timeless wisdom. A fool's courage is known by his anger, it tells us, but a wise man controls his temper. Wisdom 5:18. How often do we act impulsively? We let our emotions rule our decisions. We charge ahead without considering the consequences. The centurion acted like the fool. He allowed his desire to reach Rome to cloud his judgment. He ignored the warning signs. He set sail into the heart of danger. The ship sailed into a fierce storm. The winds howled. Waves crashed over the deck. The ship was tossed about like a toy. Fear gripped the hearts of those on board. They were experienced sailors. Yet this storm was unlike any they had seen. They worked tirelessly to keep the ship afloat. They baled water. They lowered the sails. But the storm showed no mercy. They began to lose hope. Amidst the chaos, Paul stood firm. He was a man of deep faith. He knew that God was with him. He encouraged the terrified passengers and crew. He told them not to lose heart. He shared a message he had received from God. An angel had appeared to him in a vision. "Do not be afraid, Paul," the angel said. "You must stand trial before Caesar, and God has graciously given you the lives of all those who sail with you." The wisdom of Solomon speaks of hope in the face of adversity. For though in the sight of men they suffer torment, their hope is full of immortality. Wisdom 3.4. Even in the darkest hour there is light. We may not see it. We may not feel it, but it is there. Paul's faith was a beacon of light. He reminded those on board that even in the midst of the storm, God was in control. The storm raged for days. The waves crashed violently against the ancient ship, and the wind howled with a ferocity that seemed almost supernatural. The crew, seasoned sailors though they were, had never faced anything like this. Fear gripped their hearts as the storm showed no signs of abating. They were tossed about like a toy in a bathtub, their ship creaking and groaning under the relentless assault of the elements. But Paul's words gave the crew courage. He spoke with a calm authority, assuring them that they would survive this ordeal. He told them of a vision he had where an angel of God stood beside him and said, "Do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar, and God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you." These words were like a beacon of hope in the darkness, a lifeline to cling to amidst the chaos. They knew they were not alone. The crew, inspired by Paul's unwavering faith, began to work together with renewed determination. They comforted each other, sharing stories of their loved ones and dreams of home. In the face of the storm, they found strength in unity and solace in their shared humanity. They prayed together, their voices rising above the roar of the wind, a chorus of hope and resilience. Finally, the ship was wrecked on the island of Malta, but everyone survived. As they stumbled onto the shore, exhausted but alive, they were met with unexpected kindness. The islanders built a fire and welcomed them, offering warmth and shelter. It was a moment of profound relief and gratitude. They had faced the storm and emerged on the other side, battered but not broken, just as the angel had promised. The survivors marveled at the fulfillment of Paul's vision. It was a testament to the power of faith and the importance of holding on to hope even in the darkest of times. They realized that their survival was not just a matter of luck, but a divine assurance that had guided them through the storm. Life is full of storms. We all face challenges that test our resolve and shake our foundations. These storms can come in many forms: personal loss, financial hardship, health crises, or emotional turmoil. They can leave us feeling adrift and overwhelmed, much like the crew of that ancient ship. But we don't have to face them alone. Just as the crew found strength in each other, we too can find support in our communities, families, and friends. There is power in unity, in knowing that we are not isolated in our struggles. Sharing our burdens can lighten the load and provide the encouragement we need to keep going. We have faith to guide us. Faith can be a steadfast anchor in the stormy seas of life. It gives us a sense of purpose and direction, a belief that there is a greater plan at work at. Whether it is faith in a higher power, in the goodness of humanity, or in our own inner strength, it can provide the resilience we need to weather any storm. We have the wisdom of generations past to light our way. The stories and teachings of those who came before us offer valuable lessons and insights. They remind us that we are part of a larger narrative, one that spans time and space. This collective wisdom can be a source of comfort and guidance, helping us navigate the challenges we face. And we have the courage to keep going, even when the winds howl. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward despite it. It is the inner strength that propels us to take the next step, to face the unknown with a brave heart. Like the sailors who battled the storm, we too can find the courage to persevere. What storms are you facing today? Remember Paul's journey. Cling to hope, trust in God, reflect on the lessons from his experience, and find solace in the knowledge that you are not alone. There is a higher power watching over you, guiding you through the tempest. You will get through this. Just as the storm eventually passed and the sun rose over a calm sea, so too will your troubles subside. There is always a dawn after the darkest night, a promise of new beginnings and brighter days ahead. Take a moment to reflect. In the quiet moments, away from the noise and chaos, we can find clarity and peace. Reflect on your journey, the challenges you have overcome, and the strength you have discovered within yourself. These moments of introspection can be a source of profound insight and healing. What lessons from Paul's experience resonate with you? How can his story inspire you to face your own storms with courage and faith? Consider the ways in which you can apply these lessons to your life. Finding strength in his example, how can you apply them to your own life? Write down your thoughts, your fears, and your hopes. Journaling can be a powerful tool for processing emotions and gaining perspective. It allows you to articulate your feelings and chart a course forward. Share your thoughts with someone you trust. Opening up to a trusted friend or family member can provide comfort and support. It can also strengthen your relationships, creating deeper connections and mutual understanding. We were not meant to weather life's storms alone. Together, we can face any challenge, find hope in the darkest times, and emerge stronger on the other side. Let us support each other, hold on to our faith, and face the storms of life with courage and resilience.